park this John somewhere?
That's up to you about parking Johns. I've already hit record. We're going to get the full viewing experience.
Let me park this John real quick.
That's right. Parking some Johns. I got to Google the cast, and then they're gonna hear me get names wrong.
Well, I'll do them right because I'm much more a weeaboo than you are.
I don't think that counts.
What do you mean?
You can't just be like, well, I'm going to say these names right. I love anime.
Well, I can say them better than you will.
Brendan Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
Stars as our lead, Philip Vanderploeg. Ploeg?
Plog?
Philip Vanderploeg in Rental Family. Okay, you ready to see the most jarring thing ever?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Mr.Flamingo Reviews, where today I will be reviewing Rental Family with my special guest, you.
Hello, it's me, Ram.
That's right, Ram. Now more expensive thanks to the influx in data AI.
That's right.
Rental Family stars Brendan Fraser as Philip Vanderploeg, an American actor living in Japan. He's flanked by... Just list off a couple.
Takahiro Hira as Shinji, the rental family's agency owner. Mari Yamamoto as Aiko, an employee of Rental Family. Shannon Mahina Gorman as Mia Kawasaki, a mixed-race young girl in need of a father figure. Akira Emoto as Kiko Hasegawa, a Rental Family client and retired actor.
And others. So, what Rental Family was about is Brendan Fraser is a down-on-his-luck actor who's been living in Japan for several years, and he happens upon the chance to work for the Rental Family program. What that means essentially is that you need somebody to be there, Brendan Fraser pulls up. You need a guy at a funeral, there he is. You need a guy to hang out with, there he is. Playing some video games by yourself, you want a player too, Brendan Fraser. And in this instance, the inciting deal here is that once Brendan Fraser starts really getting into the swing of things as the Rental Family's essentially their other ethnicity is what he's essentially serving as. Brendan Fraser gets the chance to play two different roles. He gets to be serving as,
John Conway was the...
That's his name, John Conway.
So he plays as John Conway. So a bit of a background on what the Rental Family is, right? In the movie, they're kind of played like the smiling friends, where people hire them for like somebody they know or for themselves so they can fulfill a role. They can act as an individual in that person's life. Brendan Fraser plays two different people. He plays John Conway, a journalist writing a book about the actor Kikuo Hasegawa, and he plays the father to the young girl Mia, who is kind of like one of the other leads.
The whole essential role for Mia is she's trying to get into a very prestigious school, and they require both parent or guardians to be present for the application process. So Fraser's brought in to serve as the role of Mia's father, but Mia's mother approaches this request in a sense of she wants Mia to think that Fraser is her father. Like, she's not going to be let in on the ruse. Of course, that doesn't pan out.
Like all ruses, they must come to a swift end.
To really make your ruse make sense in terms of the story. When we approached this, we just wanted to catch a film. Now, it was between this, maybe a Zootopia 2, and some other things that are currently in theaters, but we decided to take this on. We made it to the theater, very small theater. Not a lot of people watching this film, and I don't regret seeing it. What started off as a very strange concept, I mean, Brendan Fraser's just sort of odd man on the job, turned out to become a really nice and heartwarming story as he realizes that the Rental Family's practices, which is just like, listen, they're going to feel something to an extent, but then eventually, you got to let them go. Like, we got to call it a day. You can't actually genuinely help them. So Fraser goes on and does his thing where, of course, because this is just how these sorts of stories go, he's like, I'm going to actually help him. It's really heartwarming, and it's really fun to watch in a sense of, like, this just makes you feel good by the end, like it's warm. Mm-hmm. As somebody whose channel is exclusively hype moments and aura movies, I haven't had the chance to really delve into auteurism. And I can say I don't regret it. This was fun.
Are we doing spoiler John or no spoiler John?
I don't know how many people are ever going to actually watch the movie.
Well, you know, if this blows up on TikTok or Tubi.
Oh, this is gonna blow up on the tube.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we'll do spoilers. It's better to talk about this film if I can actually say what happened.
Okay, so the movie starts, right? The movie starts, and it's like 5 scenes in succession of Brendan Fraser being down on his luck and being a white guy in Japan.
Yes.
So I had a preconceived notion going into this movie that's gonna be, wow, hello, I am Brendan Fraser. Can a white boy speak a little Nippon Go tonight? You know? And I was under the impression it was just gonna be like, oh, he goes in there, he fixes everybody's problems. He's like a sort of like a Rain Man type, right? It was not that. His character is established as having been in Japan for a while, which makes his antics a little bit more bearable. But the first, what do you say, like the first act, like half of the first act of this movie, I was going in thinking, man, it's gonna suck, because we hadn't gotten to the really good parts of it yet.
To the actual meat and the emotion. The opening is just establishing. The opening is where most of the hijinks are. Like Brendan Fraser, his first job as a hired rental family member is to go to a fake funeral. And you just watch him stumble in. He's like, wow, what's going on here? He's making some noise. People are noticing him when he shows up. And then you see that the guy rises up out of the coffin because he's really just feeling the emotion. And Brendan Fraser's like, wow, what's going on here? Like hijinks. Or when he goes upon and participates in a fake marriage to appease this young lady's family. Hijinks when he starts to hide in the bathroom. But then once you get out of that, and I was under this false impression as well, because when I was watching at the start, I was like, well, I've just brought me and Rom here to nothing but Brendan Fraser hijinks, and he's gonna kill me. But then we got to the actual emotion of it all, and I can say that, like, I was pleasantly surprised.
The 2 strongest performances in this movie is the actor that plays Kiko Hasegawa and the actor that plays Mia, the little girl.
They were fantastic.
Unbelievably good. Brendan Fraser has little to no chemistry with the cast aside from those 2, where he activates God mode and all of a sudden, like,
you can see why he won the Oscar.
Yeah.
Because then suddenly, like, he puts himself into, like, a different kind of gear to match with them, and they bounce off of him so well. A lot of Fraser's role here, outside of the, his obvious story of, like, he was clearly sad and down on his luck, Brendan Fraser character, and by the end he's happy and he's fulfilled, is that he's mostly there for others to bounce off of him. Which I suppose is a nice little parallel to the fact that that's what the rental family's entire shtick is. Like, we hire a guy just so we can get that feeling back. Restoring the feeling, if you will. So, like, he's there to serve as the father, but she needs the father, so she's doing the heavy lifting. She's attaching herself to him. He's there to give attention to the old man, but the old man is there to bring the emotion and to vie for, like, all of the fun parts. Fraser's like the board that you're bouncing the ball off of.
What's particularly interesting about the scenes with the old guy is that Brendan Fraser almost kind of plays like the straight man to this old guy who is kind of like a fire pot, right?
Yeah.
Like he's loud and he's boisterous. You can tell, like, in his youth, the roles he would have played.
Yeah.
Which also is a good parallel to Brendan Fraser's character, in that they're both actors. One's like this legendary, well-revered actor, and one's like kind of down on his luck. And it's it's just those scenes are the strongest suit of this movie. They're very well shot, very pretty scenes, particularly the one where he goes to the hologram aquarium thing.
Yes, I love
the,
that. That's when they finally pulled me in, when I was like, okay.
Like, yeah, I'd say that's like when the movie kind of gets like interesting for me as well. Like, the hijinks, I'm not much for the Brendan Fraser hijinks, but the very tender and earnest moments once they begin, kind of starting from that scene,
it becomes worth it. Like, it took a second. Like, the start was not for everybody, but by the end I was like, okay, I'm getting something out of this that I didn't expect to, and it was nice. It's a good film.
Particularly, I think the best scene in the whole movie, like the entire picture. So him and the actor, the old guy, they're like, oh, we're like, the old guy's like, I want to go to my hometown. I don't have much time left. My memory is fading. I want to go to my hometown. And we go through this like shot of them taking like a bunch of different trains and then hiking through like this fortress of leaves and like, you can tell it's like an old village of some kind.
Yeah, one that's just run down, and there's a clear reason why he's moved.
Mm-hmm. And he's initially talking like, you think, oh, he's just wants to go home, and he's talking about like, oh, this is like my first stage because I'd learned plays and I performed them for my family. And the thought is like, okay, he might. I don't know if you thought this. I thought he was gonna die there.
I knew something was going to happen at some point. I didn't expect it to be drawn out so long. I thought, I agree. I thought he was going to die there,
mm-hmm.
or on the way out. But then you know, piecemeal. They kept them going a little longer than you would have expected.
Yeah, there's some hijinks later, but not. They kind of take. So he falls asleep. Like, they both fall asleep in his old house, and when he wakes up, he's not there.
Yeah,
Kiko is not there, so he's like, oh, where is he? And he goes up, and Kiko is like stumbling outside. So you're thinking it's like his dementia's kicked in full form.
Yeah, it's like the bait and switch.
Yeah, but then you go in and he starts digging. He pulls out this like capsule, almost,
yeah, like a time capsule,
and it's got like photos of his first love.
Yeah,
and like a pocket watch. And man, the actor that plays the old guy put his entire back into it, because by the end of that scene, I'm like welling up.
Yeah.
The feeling
is restored. It had both of us. I was like, okay, movie one, I'm in.
What was your favorite scene?
Ooh, my favorite scene. I really did like when the leading lady quit. The leading woman of Smiling Friends, the rental family
right.
business. Her realizing, you know, she can't do this, and that like what they're doing is unethical, and what she's putting herself through is not right, and she's just like, you know what? He's lying. I'm an actor. I'll see ya. I was like, that's right.
That's right.
And then she's just like, I quit. I will say her very next scene being hijinks, I was like, well, it's kind of
it's a switch for sure. Like, there's 4 core Smiling Friends, right? Like there's Brendan Fraser, there's the leading lady who plays Aiko, and there's the boss character, the Mr. Boss of this, if you will. And
then the young guy, but I only remember his fake name is Tajiri.
Yeah, and he was exclusively like hijinks.
He was the hijinks. He's comedic relief.
Yeah. But like all the main characters, quote unquote, like at least the main ones in the rental family business, have an eerie lack of chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
but then at the same time, like, unless you're really tight, how much chemistry do you have with your coworker?
That's true.
Like when it is all, I didn't think about this until just as I'm saying this, but like, if I give it a little more thought, it's like, well, he is the boss, and they're just like, they are just employees.
Mm-hmm. Like, I get that, but also it would have made their scenes a lot more enjoyable if the actors bounced off of each other well.
Okay, yeah, I guess don't play it like you're legitimate working The Office. Because that's more how it came across.
Yeah. Which I guess like could have been a choice, but like the Kikuo, the actor character, and Mia, the little girl, were like by far the strongest parts of this.
100%. I don't disagree with you on that at all. And if you ever get the chance, whoever listens to this, my dad, if you're out there,
if you are hearing us right now,
because he's always tapped in, my first listener.
Let's go, #1 subscriber.
That's right. Check it out. Any lasting thoughts?
I don't want this to come across like I was like gushing at the movie the whole time. There were moments where I was.
It's a build.
It's a build.
That's the best way to put it, because he is right. At the start I'm thinking, man, I've just forced him into the most random movie of our lives. Brendan Fraser's gonna speak a little Japanese and have some hijinks, but then it gets nice, and I have no complaints.
What's the Mr. Flamingo grading system? You have to have a grading system.
I tried a grading system for a while, and I realized I prefer much more free form.
Oh, you're like jazz.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I did grading system for a while.
What if you were to have a grading system out of 5? What would it be? Like, would it be 5 stars? Would it be 5 Brendan Frasers out of 5?
It'd be like gotta be true to the brand. Everything I do is flamingo related. It'd be 5 flamingos.
All right. Where we rank this on the flamingo meter?
We got a solid 4 flamingos out of 5.
I think
could have built up a stronger opening, but other than that, it's a nice warm movie. And it's different from what I ever watch.
Oh yeah, I think mine is a solid 3.5 flamingos. An enjoyable picture. I wasn't in love with the scenes that didn't have Kikuo or Mia.
Fair.
But the power and the how good those scenes were, bump it up to that grade.
Fair enough. I'll leave it at that. Good night.